Hi guys! In the past, I've had a few videos about me, helping you improve your dorm. However, I've rewatched them a lot lately, and I realized I forgot about many things. So, what I'm planning to do today is to completely make a whole new part with a lot of new stuff, a lot of new tips, and a lot of things that are going to help you out. I actually did make a part 3 a while ago, however, that video didn't get uploaded for some reason, and I recorded it on PSVR. So, today, we are going to be making a whole new part, and we're going to have a fantastic time in just upgrading our dorm again. So, let's turn off our streamer cam. Oh, the streamer cam. Hi, I am now in a mirror. Hello, my name is Ted. How may I help you? So, um, I completely deleted my entire dorm for this. I thought that I could, just use this nice headspace. So, for this time, well, the second time we made a lab. The first time we made a cabin. Now, there are many types of people who make their stuff, and in this game, many types of dorm makers. There's those who make really, really, really like simple dorms, kind of like the cabin. There's people who don't even change their dorms, like how mine is right now. It's not me, but this is how my thing looks right now. And then there's people who go all out and have like a big, awesome dorm with a lot of functionality and fun stuff. And that is what we're going to be making today. So, for this dorm, we're just going to scratch everything in this room. We are going to build ours up here in this mostly untouched area. And you may be saying that that would be difficult since there's nothing up here, which is exactly why we have this thing. We're going to build just whatever we can possibly muster up here. And I have the perfect idea. So today we're going to be building a space station. We are going to need a little bit down there if we're going to want the most room as possible, but most of it's going to be up here. So let's start. First off, for the lining of my space station, I'm going to be using metal floor tread as my material, and my color is going to be smoke. Make sure you have uniform shapes off whenever you're drawing out a free shape, because when you have uniform shapes on, it'll make it a straight shape like that. If you want my bindings, I use position snap on 1, rotation snap on 15. My tube facet is 10, the ratio is 100. I always keep it on 1 centimeter unless I need it so. My drag select size is on analog. I show the grid and pivot, and I always like to have show grid and connect nearby tubes on. I already said show grid, but yeah. So we're gonna first start with just a very simple little just circle around this whole window thing. However, we're going to do something with that later, because the tip that I want to teach you guys a lot in this video is what you can do with like what already exists in your dorm. Because right now I'm scratching a lot of what's down there, but what I'm going to end up doing is just using what's down there for advantage. Like, for example, some people may just completely place over that bed, but sometimes I like to use it to make like a bunk bed by turning the desk down there into a bed of its own. If you take advantage of your surroundings, you can make a lot more and get the worthiness of your space and ink. And this time, we're going to be using this little window thing. I'm thinking it's going to be an aquarium, like some sort of aquarium filled with really, really crazy fish. Since this is a space station, they wouldn't be normal fish, but they would be fish. So we're going to do that. Now remember, the sole purpose of this is not to make you build what I'm building, but to use the tips that I'm presenting in my example. And also, I would definitely recommend you check your measurements on how far your dorm can go out. See, I like to always keep it on the outline of where it is before you would end up teleporting away. That's always what I like to do, because I like to have as much space as I possibly can have. Okay, so now we got our nice little pad over here, and I I might want to use that slope for something. I might. I don't know. I'm probably going to have it as stairs leading to like a lookout area, which is sort of like the front of a spaceship. But the issue is there'd be these trees blocking, so it would probably be like over here. Whatever it is, it's going to be something cool. So, all right. So let's start. So we're gonna have some walls here. Remember, measure how long it takes, like for you to teleport from where you're building. So, for walls, I'm gonna go galvanized metal with mist as mine. So, gonna go up and keep on going until you teleport out. Try and let go of the trigger that you're using to hold down this shape right when you get let out. Alright, I did it. Alright. This, keep it in mind, it's your limit now. This is how far you have to go up to be teleported out. I like to keep it below it just in case I add something to the top and I forget about it. And then I'd have to delete the whole thing because you wouldn't be able to reach it without teleporting. So, I'm gonna clone this to the other side. Now, for the rest, I'm going to do like a little speed lapse, like a time lapse, where I'm just going to be putting on the walls and just adding the ceiling and stuff like that. Alright, we're back. So, I'm gonna give you guys another little tip. If you want to make your dorm look very futuristic, every time you have a little like a corner or a curve, or any sort of like elbow-looking thing, like just any kind of curve or corner like that, put like a little neon tube on it. If you put something neon around it, it makes it look way more like very modern and futuristic. Very good for spacey stuff. So I'm gonna put that right on the other side. I decided not to give that part a wall because I'm gonna make it lead to something. Okay. Alright, that looks great. I'm gonna put some over on these corners, on this side of the wall too. I'm gonna put it on all corners. It really makes this look great. So let's plop it right there. Okay. Gonna put that right over there on the other side. If you're doing something like this, keep your position snap very low so you can get as precise as possible. Okay. Or you could just turn off snap right there in your menu. Alright, now we got ourselves a very, very simple, and I picked that up. A very nice and simple area. I got a curved roof. I think this looks nice already. So what we're going to do with this is make a little aquarium right now. I'm going to make a little bit of a floor using, wood floor, and it's going to be a very dark black. Try and give it like a depth if you're doing what I'm doing, which, I mean, I don't recommend it, but it works probably because I'd love to see what you guys could do. But if you're doing this, just remember, it's best to keep like depth on it if you're doing like an aquarium or something. Now, what I like to do is I like to put glass on this so it's more aquarium-y, but the thing is, this is curved. It would be difficult to place glass on that. So what I like to do is kind of use my surroundings to my advantage again and make this. So now I'm isolating what used to be there, which was, the triangle thing, and I have now changed it to this. So I'm going to put that exact same shape on the other side. Awesome. Okay. Now I'm going to get out of this. Make sure that when you're doing stuff like this, always create grabbable objects off in your palette. That makes it so you won't accidentally grab this when you're messing around. So I just think that that's a very, very, very useful tool. So if you want glass, go to decor and page 6. Sorry, 7. We're going to make ourselves just a little demo piece. We're going to slap it right there. All right, now grab the manipulate tool. Oh, yeah. Okay. Make sure it's lined up once again. Low position snap is recommended when you're doing stuff like this. Okay, let's do this. That was, oh no, rotation snap. That's what I was looking for. That was a very drastic change in snap, wow. Alright. And now if you're dealing like glass or something and just stuff that can't be flipped, it's kind of difficult to deal with stuff like this. But what I like to do is put it over to this side and plop that right where it would be on the other end. And now just gently turn it over. Get it on that same angle and attempt to put it right there. I just need to make sure it doesn't go too far into the beam. Okay. Not perfect, but it works, heck. So I'm gonna tint my glass to be white. I think that looks good. Yeah, it does. It does look pretty nice. If you want a water effect, one thing that I do recommend is, well, when you're working with glass, it's kind of easy to make a water effect. So just tint your stuff blue. You thought I was going to tint it white. I tinted it blue. I recommend lapis if you're going to do this. Another one that works fine is just the normal blue. But lapis and blue, if you're like combining them, that even looks better. But it's just lapis or blue. I'm going to go with blue just to get an easier demonstration. So, well, actually, this is space water, so it's got to be a little bit brighter than that. Space water is special water, so. Okay. Now, if you want like a underwater effect, add an emitter here. All right, I like to put it on distant fog, distance fog, and then turn on use maker pen custom colors. Now, just line it on the edges and try to make sure that the fog, when it comes out, doesn't go through anything where it would be visible in another case. One thing you really got to consider, though, is that emitters do take up quite a bit of ink. In my opinion, they do. Many people don't think they're that bad, but in my opinion, they take up some ink. So it's important to keep that in touch. So for my little bird, oh, I shouldn't even say bird. Well, it is a bird, but it's a griffin. I like the little griffins, so let me spawn in another baby griffin, and it's just gonna sleep without its little bed, and it's gonna be okay, and it's gonna, for some reason, be inside of a fish tank. I've changed my mind. This is now just a cage. Well, I can't really change it. It's already very aquarium looking. So if we want to decorate this, I'm going to use some ribbons, this time on uniform shapes, quite big, small ratio. Well, if you're using ribbons, it doesn't matter. And this. All right. There we go, kind of a seagrass plant. Gonna put some of these growths a little around. Make sure they're always kind of facing up as if they're waving because of the weird forces of the sea. That muffin is looking awfully like a hamster. Why is it like who put a hamster inside of my muffin? And now a nice sandy floor. Try to be tan. All right. Wonk. And boom! Nice little sweet Griffin chilling, just vibing. Don't break his vibe. Okay, now we're gonna grab this animation that we kind of just left behind. I'm gonna turn it over so it looks more natural, more spread out. More like it doesn't look like it's leaning on a bed, like that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yay, good boy, Sleeping Griffin. Okay. So, remember to merge your shapes. Like, if you can, have only, like, 2 shapes in a room when you're talking about walls. Unless they're like animations, the only 2 shapes I like to have are decorational shapes and environment shapes. Just two shapes. Alright. I don't know why that camera's still there. But now we're gonna be working on our bridge. So I'm gonna get back on that material, smoke. Turn off uniform. Yep, there it is. I could just push up on it. No one's going to see on top of this thing anyways. All right. This doesn't look half bad. I'm going to grab... let's have a different material. A different color. We're going to use slate now. Doesn't make too much of a difference when you're on this, but it makes enough of a difference for me to care. Gonna go a little bit forward. I'm not going down the slope anymore because, you know, I don't want to have to deal with just losing stuff, so. Alright, now we're gonna make our walls again. Enter time-lapse mode. Alright, everybody. So, that was just a small taste of what I've been trying to teach you guys today. So, we're not going to finish the dorm today. We'll do that again some later time, but this is just some more tricks that I'm going to teach you. I'm going to give you guys a little more Maker Pen fun facts to just close up this video and give you a good representation of what you did. Like representation of what we learned and what we did. Here's a tip. When you're trying to make mountains, a very simple way to do it is to turn on uniform shapes, turn on smooth tubes, go to tube, and then select your mountain color. Well, what you want the rocks to be. I, of course, go to the rock material, sometimes dirt. What depends is what the top looks like, so I usually recommend gravel. I then make my tube big, turn out my position snap, and then do that. Now, the tip of that can be used as a mountain. To put snow on top, simply clone it, to scale this one. I like to descale it kind of deep. I usually use this. Well, which one was it? This one for snow. And now, we have ourselves a nice cheap little mountain. Next, when you're working on dorm backdrops, it's best to, instead of making like a hollow square, but to make a hollow circle. And making a hollow circle, like a circle without a center, is very difficult, but it can be done. All you need to do is grab yourself a tube, put it on no smooth, make it 2 centimeters. If you want, you can go bigger, it doesn't matter. And now turn the 2-pi ratio to 10%. Now, all you need to do is just make a very, very, very short base on the tube, like that, and slowly build a curve. It's hard to keep it straight ever since the new rotation update with the Maker Pen tubes, but as a rough draft, I'm just going to do this. Now, with our very ugly curve, because of Rec Room's weird rotation now, we make our very uneven thing. Now, get this. We do what I just did, and you want to follow the process. Rotate it, clone it, just by pressing, rotate it, press clone, rotate it, and eventually, in the end, you will have yourself a brand new hollow sphere, which can be used as a great... I moved an already existing one. Okay. Which can be used as a nice little backdrop. One issue that is very easily addressed is that it sometimes will curve like that. You just gotta be very straight with it and stop the rotation. And as you can see, there's a bunch of curve, but if I were to select this whole thing and make like a very eye-dropping material, like if I were to take a glossy plastic and make it black, on the inside it gets more difficult to understand the curves. If it weren't curvy and the game didn't have the weird rotation, this wouldn't happen, but of course Rec Room's like that, so it did. Now I just select all, and I scale it up. And now, especially when you're looking through glass, it looks good. We have space. You can make stars by just scaling it down and adding little white dots. I have no idea why I can see the dorm room in the reflection of this glass. That's creepy, but hey, this is it. So, that was just a little other taste on how you can help yourself with making new dorms and new creations and just generally being a great builder in Rec Room. Please hit the subscribe button right down there, as well as like this video, as it helps me out a lot. Sorry about there being ads on my videos now. I know there are going to be many people out there who are going to be annoyed by this. Well, I put the ads on because I put the ads on. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this little short video. Come back for the next part. Sorry for not uploading in a while. Bye, guys.